What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Touchdown with Doug Smith. Now, look, the draft was just last month, okay? Just over a month ago. But today, we're going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart and happens every single year. And today, we're letting the clip go. I got a lot of stuff to get off my chest, but I brought somebody on the show who is supposed to be on the NFL team, at the very least, a UFL or CFL team. The dude can straight up ball. Matter of fact, I had the pleasure of taking and meeting him at this year's Tropical Bowl. He not only has very good stats, but when you watch him on tape, he could hit you like a Ray Lewis, and he could lock you down on an island like Darrelle Revis. Today, I want to take and introduce Caleb Blake, but today, we're not going to talk about what he has going on, but today we're going to take and talk about the filth and why these NFL draft prospects need to be careful who you sign with. And who you sign with can potentially be the reason why you're not in the league. Potentially. And there's a lot of reasons. Some of his characters, sometimes people didn't test well. There's reasons, but sometimes these cats are just straight up goofballs. So I'm going to introduce Caleb. Caleb, bro, great to see you again, man. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing well, man. Good to see you too. It's a blessed day, man. It's raining outside, but it's all right. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, to be in this moment, talk about, get stuff off the chest. So this doesn't happen down the road to other people and other players that's trying to get to the next step.
Absolutely, man. So last
Yeah.
time we talked, I had the pleasure, man, of chopping up with you in person, man. We got to break bread. I got to do, I think it was your first ever interview, I believe it was.
Oh yeah, first
Um,
ever.
Man, that's love, bro. That's love. I'm
Yeah.
so happy I got to meet you in person, and here we are again. But when I last met you, man, you were in talks with several NFL teams, I believe it was.
hmm
In talks with several teams. You had a big pro day coming up. So I'll go ahead. You got the floor, my man. But then at the end, we're gonna talk about what you're doing now to take and get into the league and some of the work you're putting. So yeah, take it away, man. What happened after the Tropical Bowl?
So, um, what happened after the Tropical Bowl? So I was about to sign with this agency. Um, And as I was about to sign with them, we had did some background check, me and my family members, and found out that they were runners. So my family was like, no, you don't need to sign on runners. I have people like mentors that was telling me, no, you don't need to sign to runners. So we found a training facility just off by ourselves and people I train with, like Evan Agosby, that's my trainer, my main trainer. He sent me to somebody in Georgia. And as I'm in this process, another agency followed me. I ended up signing with them. It was his first year, but he was signing under somebody that was experienced for like 3, 4, 5 years. And through this process, I'm out here training day in, day out. And it was like, we got to find you. We got to get you a pro day, get your pro day, get your pro day. The whole process, he's asking me for connections. I don't know why you asked me for connections. It ain't my job. It's your job. It's why I hired you. Um, I'm an athlete. You're an agent. It didn't sit right well with me for an agent to be asking me for connections. It just didn't sit right with me. I gave him some time because I'm considering I don't like to just instantly fire somebody. And I had to learn that the hard way that when somebody I was training with doing my process for the NFL combine, whatever, NFL pro day, he was like, bro, he was like, don't be don't feel sorry. It's straight business because they'll do it to you. And obviously, I seen that in the end. So I end up still training with this cool dude, my guy Ian Childress in Georgia. Still training with him. I end up terminate the contract or whatever. Um, and then I end up signing to these other people and and it's going to be sad to say this. So I'm supposed to sign with these people that have been experienced for 24 years. 24 years.
Wow.
Um, they end up, they said they were going to market me or whatever. So they charged me $2,000 to market me. All I got was a post. That's all I got was a post.
Did you come
Uh,
2,000 out of pocket?
yeah, out of pocket.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Two K out of pocket. all I got was a post. And the crazy thing is, I got one of those posts for free. So so I'm talking to my parents. I'm like, nah, they gotta go. They gotta go because ain't nothing was changing. I still didn't get a pro day. It was telling me go to a CFL tryout. Oh, we can use your numbers. They will let you use your numbers for the CFL. The NFL will they'll let you use those numbers from the CFL tryout. I'm like, okay, cool. I
Mhm.
go do CFL tryout. I do my thing. The Patriots scout was there, and he was like, I'm glad you're here. He said, keep chasing your dreams or whatever. Shout out to Josh. Um, um, yeah, I go out there, I kill. I do one-on-ones. They do good in one-on-ones. Come back, he tell me that they're not taking those numbers. The NFL not gonna take them numbers.
Mhm.
So,
And quick question: what was your RAS score? You mind me ask?
like, yeah, the results
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or so the 40, I ran a 4.4.
Okay.
I run 4.45 that day, and then broad jump I did a 10.11, and then shuttle I did a 4.2. But I slipped bad, like I slipped coming back
Yeah.
off the 10. And
Uh-huh.
I slipped come back out to 10. What else did we do? That's really it. That's
Uh,
all we did for
Did you
that for the
bench
CFL.
the vertical at all, or?
So when I was signed with the second agent I was talking to, I end up one of my trainers was like, "Oh, Mercer's gonna let you come to your pro day," because we didn't know the rules
Yeah.
about you have to be from Georgia or have to live in Georgia. My grandmother stays in Georgia, so I'm thinking like, okay,
Yeah.
I can use I got family here, so I
Yeah,
can go
yeah,
to
yeah.
Mercer. And so Mercer blessed me with getting me in. So I got in. Um, I got in. It was a lot of NFL scouts there.
Yeah.
On bench, I ended up doing bench. I did 18 for 225.
That's
I'm
great.
I'm I'm bro. I'm like 182.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You
great.
get what I'm saying? You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm
You
180.
can
I'm
see it when you hit
182.
two, bro, on your highlight reel. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm the way I'm doing it too. They was like, bro, you could have got way more. Cause I was doing it very smooth. I wasn't doing it like I was just doing it. Like you know what I'm saying?
Like
So
struggling, your elbows are buckling and stuff.
yeah, nah, no, no, none of that. I'm repping it out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. They was like, that's good. And that day I had did a 10.5 that day, which is still pretty good. And then vertical I did 35 and a half. And then my 40, so we ran outside. It
Uh-huh.
was raining. It was 40 degrees weather, and we ran against wind. I still ran a 4.4.
That's
And I
amazing.
ran a 4.41. And the guy come up to me. He was like one of the scouts. I ain't gonna say who. He was like one of the scouts was like, "Are you supposed to be here?" I'm like, "What you mean? Am I supposed to be here?" So I'm like, he was like, "Are you? Where are you from?" I said. He was like, I said, "I'm from Florida," and it was like, right, because we looked you up, and you're not from Georgia, so you're not supposed to be here. So they was basically telling me like. He basically told me, he's like, we don't want you to continue because they don't want to get in trouble. I was like, okay, cool. One of the other scouts was like, he don't care. He was like, he
Yeah.
don't care. He can, you know what I'm saying? He can finish. And then one of the other scouts was like, nah, we don't, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. And everybody was like, bro, you had a day, bro. Like, if you think about it, you don't even got to finish. Like, all the players telling me I don't have to finish. Like, I'm just sitting there like, dang, I'm just quiet. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why me? You know what I'm saying? So I talked to all the scouts. Talked to a lot of most scouts. It was like it was telling me to go to FIU. It
Yeah. Yeah.
was like, I want to be at FIU. So go
Yeah.
to FIU, go to FIU. That's my invite.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
got
in
like six.
Jupiter, right?
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, FIU, Florida.
It's
Yeah,
like Riviera Beach, Jupiter, somewhere in that area. Yeah. South
something
Florida.
like that. Something
Yeah.
like that. So I got 6'10" scouts telling me to go to FIU.
Yeah.
So I call my agent I was with, and I was like, they telling me to go to FIU.
Yeah.
Now recent schools that I've been at. FSU wasn't allowing nobody to get in.
Wow. Okay.
UF wasn't, Miami wasn't. It was really FIU. USF was like, if you would have said something earlier, then we would have let you in. But we been said something. But
Yeah.
um, so that goes on. I called my coach at Missouri State, and he was like, unfortunately, they're not letting other schools, whatever, this and that. And they had to deal with the same thing. So
Mhm.
he sent 9 players over there, and I guess he didn't tell the liaison, and only one player got to do it.
That
So
sucks.
it's just crazy how stuff, like, it's just crazy. So as I'm about to go to FIU, another conversation pop up, and
Yeah.
a coach at a recent school that I used to play with, a head coach at a recent school I used to play at the most recent.
Yeah.
Um, I guess it was told that me and another player, he didn't want me and another player to go to FIU because he wanted somebody particular to have all the shine.
And this is at FIU. This happened.
That's what he told the FIU coach.
That's
So
wild.
out of the 4 people at Bethune Cookman,
Right.
I was the only one not to get a pro day.
And,
Yeah, I
and
was.
and no disrespect to them, you're obviously the best out of the bunch. Yeah, I'll say it for you. It's that's cool. And no
I,
disrespect to him. No dis.
like,
No,
yeah, yeah. I mean, humbly,
yeah.
humbly. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a lot of people know that. You get
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And I want to say I'm the best, but I was the best at my position for sure.
Okay, that's love. No, that's dope, man. No, you're a humble
For
beast,
sure.
bro. You are, man, and you were locked down during that game. You were locked
Yeah.
down during if I recall, nobody caught a single pass on you. If I recall, at the Tropical Bowl.
Uh, I think he just caught a slant.
Okay, gotcha.
And
Okay,
that's, and ain't gonna lie. Me, that's probably one of my weakest points right there. And
yeah,
slant is one of the hardest routes to guard.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
people, like, you get what I'm
They could
saying?
go
Like,
low, high. They could throw it in front of you. I mean, there's a
you
few
get what I'm
angles
saying?
that
It,
they can do. Yeah,
yeah,
no, I
you can't
got
really adjust. It's you can't really adjust. It's a quick boom pass. You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
you.
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and first of all, you already know how the weather was out there,
It
and
was terrible. I almost didn't go, Caleb. I was going there, want to interview you and a few other people, and
Mhm.
I went, and there was a nasty storm. It looked like, for all of my people have seen Independence Day, where the spaceship is covering part of the sky. That's
Mhm.
how dark it was outside, dude. It
Yeah,
was terrible weather. It
yeah,
looked like a dang
yeah.
hurricane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the rotation. So rotation was, I was with the one, so
yeah,
I went first. I went out there first, and then that was first quarter, and then I ain't get to go back out there
yeah,
until it's cold. What, like 50, 60 degrees? Like,
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I was cold. I was very cold, but yeah.
yeah.
So the process of having to deal with agents, not having a pro day, jealousies, like, just of what people, how people
Getting
want to
ripped
tear
off
you
as well.
down.
Getting ripped
Yeah,
off.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I'm just trying to spread the awareness, not for it to happen to nobody else. Like, they need to come up with something, like, because everybody put in hard work for this. Like, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I've been
Training
in
for months.
college. You know what I'm saying? I've been in college football for a minute, a good little time, and
Yeah,
everybody knows that I go 10 times harder. So whatever I say, I'm really gonna back up. That's 9 times out of 10, I'm really gonna back it up because I put in the work for it. I ain't finna sit here and say, oh, I put in the work. I got flaws, but I put in the work for sure. Like, so
yeah,
it's just, I'm trying to spread awareness for it not to happen to, especially the people I really care for, my little brothers and stuff like
yeah.
that in college football. You know what I'm saying? That's going through the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No, I mean, you make a valid point. You and I were talking off record before we started recording today, man, and I've been doing this show for 5 years, so I've heard stories But this year, I actually got to work the Hula Bowl and I got to work the Tropical Bowl. And I can tell you
Mm-hmm.
there's some nasty, nasty snakes out there, man. Some nasty snakes who do not care about these young men. I would go as far as to say 60% of agents are scumbags.
Oh yeah. Oh
60%.
yeah. Oh
If
yeah.
you give me six, if you give me 100, I say 60 of them you need to stay away from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would say 10% of them are new to this and they're just trying to figure it out. They don't have bad intentions. They just may not have connections. That does happen.
Yeah. They did. Yeah.
I know several of those guys, and they mean well. Like they're not bad dudes at all, right? Um,
Back.
and you and I will connect after this. I have a few people I could point you in the direction. We'll see what happens. I don't want to set any expectations, man. But yeah, and then of course you got the shining stars. You got your athletes first. You got your
Mm-hmm.
Wasserman. You got your JL Sports, NSA Sports.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have like up and coming agencies like Addison. Shout out to Christian Addison, he's a great agent. You got guys like him out there who are kind of new to this, but they're crushing it right out the
Yeah.
gate, right? So, um, so that's the mixed bag. You know what I mean? I had an agent, I got into a
Mm-hmm.
screaming match because he tried to lie to somebody about a gym in North Carolina. I'm not gonna say his name, but
Mm-hmm.
and that I was gonna go up there and interview all the players and stuff, even though I live in a completely different state. Ended up
Mm-hmm.
lying, using me to take and lie to a gym owner so he
Oh
could
yeah.
train players. I mean, it's just crazy. There's some schemers, man. They're at the Hula Bowl, they're at the Tropical Bowl. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean?
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about. He ain't gonna say
Yeah. So
that.
it's
Yeah.
wild. So any young men and if it's a young lady who plays basketball or volleyball, whatever, if you have an agent, make sure they have a track record of people that
Mm-hmm.
they've helped go pro. And then you
Mm-hmm.
can reach out to those players and says, "Hey, what is your experience with agent XYZ? What is
Mm-hmm.
your experience with them?" Or if it's a situation and there were players like this, the Tropical Bowl, they had very unimpressive stats because you got like
Yeah.
straight up NFL players out there, players that could be NFL players out there, and they were trying to fill the roster. So there was like,
Right.
yeah, I'm not saying no names, but there were some cats out there who had less than 100 yards receiving in the whole year. Ugh, no disrespect, those are not NFL
Yeah.
stats. No disrespect,
Yeah.
great guy,
Yeah.
right? But I've seen that out there, or they get, oh man, I got 3 tackles. There was a tight end out there who had, I'm not gonna say that, but he just had like less than 50 stats the whole year. But because the person was really, really big, well, they just
Mm-hmm.
threw him out there, right? Ah,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you're just filling out a number. So for those guys, I'd recommend get with somebody who is, because they're not going to sign with the Wasserman. They're not going to sign with that, right? But what they will
Mm-hmm.
do is they'll sign with somebody who's probably pretty new to this, or unfortunately, if they don't do their research and do what I said, make sure an agent has a track record of sending people to the league.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna end up with one of the scumbags that my friend Caleb Blake had to take and deal with, right? So
And
be careful and do research. Good.
it's close. What's so crazy? The
Yeah.
people that charged me $2,000
Mhm.
never submitted our SRA to the NFLPA.
You might have a lawsuit on your hands, bro. Like you might be able to sue them,
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't.
dispute it
Nah,
with the bank or something. Like,
I, like deep,
yeah,
like people know me, but deep in my heart, but it's like
yeah,
I be putting a lot of stuff in God's hands. Like it just, I just be letting stuff. I just be letting too much slide, but sometimes it just
yeah,
gotta be like that. It's in God's hands. I feel like He got something great for me. So at the end of the day, it's just something for me to put out there, man, for
yeah.
real, for the future. That's
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we're gonna wrap after this. You and I, we're gonna talk. I'll give you some connections. I'll make some phone calls myself. Again, I don't want to set any expectations. I'm not a miracle worker. I don't have pull
hmm
like that. But some scouts do take and watch this show as well too.
hmm
So we'll get this story out there to the world. As we wrap today's show, today's interview, man. Talk to me, man. What are you currently working on right now? What do you have going on right now that's getting you ready? How are you staying warm for the next professional
Oh,
football team that gives you a shot?
so I work out every single day. Some days I work out 3 times a day. I will go to the field, do drills. I'm out there by myself, first of all. I do drills. I'm gonna do drills and stuff like that. Outside workout. Then I go hit the gym, get my gym workout, and then I do a pool workout. And I try to do that, the 3 workouts at least twice a week, and probably 2 workouts, 2 day workouts, at least 3 times. So I work out every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You staying
I,
ready.
oh yeah,
Staying ready for the call.
yeah, I record myself and I post them on my TikTok or IG. But I definitely go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's footwork, all that, everything.
I love that. Love that, man. We
Yeah,
do great things are going to come your way, man. Stay down, stay ready until it's your time to take and pop up and show people what it is you're made of. And this is part of your story, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And you
yeah.
just need a shot, no matter what league it is. You know what I
No
mean?
matter.
You need a shot. And there's some really evil people. There's some really evil scumbag agents out there that everybody need to watch out for. But I appreciate you making yourself vulnerable. And hey, you're helping out people just from them taking and seeing this. So people taking do
Hmm.
research. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially when it comes to finding an agent and what they need to look out for. Kind of
yeah.
thing. So, but ladies and gentlemen, comment below on this interview and let us know how it took and made you feel. If you want to take and get in touch with Caleb, I'm gonna have his Twitter. I'm gonna have his Instagram. All of his stuff is gonna be down below in the description of this video. And before you go, man, any shout outs?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Thank God for you. God gonna continue to use you.
Thank you, man.
Last message I say to y'all, man, keep God first. Keep going. If you feel like this is something you want to do, whatever you want to do, just do it. Like, just work at it. Just perfect your craft. Like, continue to just grind for it. And that's what I'm doing. All the other stuff on the side going to take care of itself. But appreciate you, Doug, man. You real one. I ain't gonna lie, you real one. You made time for me, and I thank God for you for sure.
Man, glory to God, brother. Thank you so
Yes, sir.
much. I appreciate you, man. And ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We got more heat coming your way. We'll see you guys
All right.
next time. Thank you for watching another episode of The Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.